The Rothschilds are infamous for their insane amount of wealth. They have also been the subject of various conspiracy theories and are believed to be in control of the world as a whole. But is that even true? How did they even amass their fortune? Some people like Beyonce make their fortunes off of their talents, others their business ideas. But the Rothschilds are different. They made their money in a very unique way and became the richest bloodline in the world. Now, no one comes close to their fortune. But how did they do it? Stay till the end to find out. But before we get to that, please caress that subscribe button and gently tickle that bell notification so that we can inspire you by bringing you the luxury content you deserve. Back in the Middle Ages, Jewish people were forced to live in ghettos due to the strong ties between politics and the Christian religion. The Christian influence was so strong that there was no other choice. In Frankfurt, Germany, the houses had symbols over the doors instead of numbers. So you might have had a house that had a golden stone over the door, and that would mean the family was called the Goldstones. The family that we are concerned with in this video had a red shield over their door, which translated to the Rothschilds. The story starts with Meyer Rothschild, whose father traded silk for coins and amassed an impressive collection of coins. His parents died when he was 12, however, and he was sent to be an apprentice with a banker where he most likely learned a lot of valuable things and continued to develop his coin collection. His collection of coins began to attract wealthy aristocrats for some reason, and a lot of them took notice. In 1769, Meyer Rothschild was hired by the Crown Prince of Wilhelm, probably so that he could stare at his coin collection whenever he wanted. But this ended up paying off because in 1785, the prince came to power and appointed Meyer to manage the kingdom finances. This was one of the highest honors a Jewish person could have in Catholic Europe back then. Every wealthy aristocrat had a Jewish person in charge of their finances because the Bible made it wrong to profit off of money lending. So they just had the Jewish people do it. And they capitalized off of this opportunity, making large fortunes. Shortly after, Napoleon began his conquering thing, but before he could invade, Meyer opened up a bank and sent his son Nathan to London. This made it possible to transfer William's fortune to London, which protected it. He then used it as a loan to Britain so that they could finance their fight in the Napoleonic Wars. After this, his 4 other sons opened banks in Frankfurt, Paris, Naples, and Vienna. With these banks, they helped aristocrats in financial crisis and lent high amounts of money to countries in times of war. After a while, the Rothschilds were funding and profiting from every war in Europe in the 19th century. They were financing both sides in conflict while stabilizing currencies and loaning money to governments. That's as clever as it is terrible. Over the centuries, the Rothschilds have diversified how they make their money. Conspiracy theorists claim that they own 80% of the world's wealth, but that's highly unlikely. But they are estimated to being worth about 500 billion to 1 trillion US dollars. They get their money from mining, transport, real estate, and stocks. The family also has a minority share in the Suez Canal and are rumored to have 30% of shares in all major banks. One thing is for sure though, they certainly can hide their personal lives and the true amount of their fortune. The Rothschilds are also the biggest gold owners in the world with tons and tons of gold bars. Jacob Rothschild recently exchanged a huge amount of pounds for gold, and now 8% of his assets are in gold. The family also has a crazy real estate portfolio. They have real estate everywhere from the US to Israel, which includes 13 manors in Buckinghamshire, each worth $10 million. In total, the family has $25 billion worth of real estate, and most recently sold land in Austria for $112 million. Contrary to popular belief, the Rothschilds also spend their money on living a luxurious lifestyle. Nat Rothschild bought a super yacht for $100 million, and it's known as the Planet 9. The yacht can accommodate 16 guests and 26 crew members, has 2 Caterpillar engines and a helicopter deck so that people can come and go as they please during the party. Imagine leaving the super yacht party via helicopter to make a quick store run. Nat also has a deluxe private jet worth $60 million. It's called the Bombardier Global 6000 and can seat 14 passengers in a premier luxury setting. Nat is most like his great uncle, Walter Rothschild. Walter spent money purchasing many exotic animals like hundreds of birds and even bought zebras that were trained to pull his carriage in London. Over time, Walter Rothschild established the biggest collection of specimens in the world. He later sold his bird collection to the Museum of Natural History in New York, and then he died, and the rest were donated there as well. No one knows where the zebras went. Hopefully back to the wild to regain their dignity. The Rothschilds have a vast amount of wealth that is responsible for many anti-Semitic myths. They're associated with the Illuminati, the New World Order, being lizard people, and a whole bunch of other weird things. But in all actuality, the Rothschilds are just a big family of wealthy people, and they prefer to live their luxurious lives in private. So in other words, mind your business. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like because it helps out the channel. Help us get to 10 subscribers and you won't regret it. We'll be able to bring you the luxurious content you deserve. Go ahead and click one of the videos on the screen. We think you'll like it. Until next time, luxury lifers.